What's going on, it's JTLive. Welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories, and it is Leeds United 2, Millwall 0, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered. The doctor being this guy, because we needed that. We needed to get ourselves back on the top of the table, back with a slightly comfortable lead over Burnley, back with a very, very uncomfortable lead over Sheffield United after we dropped those massive 5 points over the past week. But thankfully yesterday we were dealt a little hand of good fortune, as both Sheffield United and Burnley succumbed to draws yesterday, with Bristol City equalising very late on against Sheffield United, which I was very, very, very happy to see. But that is a big, big turn of events for Leeds United. It was looking like things were starting to go against us. We were having our little wobble. We were having a slip. We gave away a criminal performance against Portsmouth, who went on to lose, well, are currently losing 2-1 to a 10-man Plymouth right now. And Sheffield United and Burnley showed no sign of halting. Burnley, who were 0-0 draw merchants all around the season, went on and started winning 4-0. And you sat there scratching your head like, is this just typical Leeds United luck? And you know what it is? It's not even just Leeds fans. It's other fans that are like, this isn't the same Leeds that bottle it every year. The same Leeds always throw it away and stumble at the final hurdle. Shut up, mate. You don't know what you're talking about. You have not watched this club enough to say things like that. I have never been confident enough to say stupid things like that at this point in the season, because we all know how badly things can go from here. And thankfully today, that was not one of those days. I thought we bullied Millwall. I thought we were very up for every part of physical encounter of the game. And after the first 15 minutes, they looked like a defeated side, Millwall. They had nothing going for them. First two minutes, they looked really up for it. They looked energetic. They were posing Leeds a threat in our goal mouth. And then after that, Leeds just bullied them. We battered them around. And I said at the beginning of the game in the preview, I did want Leeds United to go out there early, get an early goal. I said a goal in the opening 5 minutes. I wanted us to be really aggressive, attack, because once we get that lead, it changes Millwall's entire game plan. They want to sit back. They want to allow Leeds to come onto them. They want that pressure cooker of Ellen Road to build up more and more and more and more. The nervousness, the anticipation from those fans. They want that to happen. They want that to cause Leeds to make some mistakes and overcommit and rush and zig when they should have zagged, because we're not thinking straight. And then they could pluck us on that one counter-attack, nick their goal, and either walk away from here with a draw or a 1-0 win or something scrappy like that. And we didn't allow them to today. We did not allow them to do that at all, because the second we got our first attack of the game, we took a bit of their pressure, as I said, for the first couple of minutes. First attack, Perot down the left-hand side, plays it through to Rothwell down the middle. Great run by Rothwell, gives it out to the left-hand side to Manor Solomon. Cheeky cutback. Keeper misjudges it, tries to come forward, realises he's left a gaping spot behind him, and he goes, and Leeds get a bit of fortune from him handling it into his own goal. Having said that, we got a lot of unfortune through the fact that the referee, I thought, had a criminal performance. I thought the linesman on our side in the second half, their side in the first half, our attacking side in the first half, was absolutely despicable in his performance today. That decision to call that goal offside was ridiculous. That was ludicrous, and I don't know what the guy was watching, but it was genuinely an awful decision. I thought he had a really poor game as well, the lino. He kept trying to get himself involved. He kept flagging for things he didn't need to flag for, and he just was not feeling the flow of the game. I thought he was really, really poor today. But Leeds United, as I said, we got our fortune with the first goal. We had our misfortune with that goal, and we slowly built into the game in confidence. We grew in confidence. We started picking the ball around nicely, and we just controlled the game. It was as simple as that. The second half didn't quite have the same energy and enthusiasm that the first half had, but it was still a relatively controlled performance from Leeds. I never really thought we were in any fear or any trouble in there. They had one free kick in the 80th minute where Bogle gave away a bit of a silly foul in there. But other than that, I thought we were very well served for the lead that we had. And I thought it was just a matter of time, trickling down the clock. Probably going to edge out a 1-0 the way it went. And thankfully, we were eventually able to actually create a half-decent chance because we had a lot of the ball in dangerous areas and the final ball was off. And every time we did get into a semi-decent position, we kept trying to hit it near post and messing up the shot. I don't know why we weren't going far post. Far post is usually the option 7 times out of 10 because even if the keeper is able to get a hand to it or save it, there's a likely chance that he spills it into the path of someone else, like a Dan James running down that side or a Solomon on the other side who can tap it in and get the rebound in there. And eventually, 85th minute, we did get that opportunity from Tanaka, who rifled it far post. As I said, finally went far post and we got the goal. But I thought it was a good performance all round from Leeds. I thought we were very well up for the physical battle, and I was impressed with the way things went. How would you guys summarise that game? Do you think Leeds were poor? Do you think that you would have liked to see more rotation? Very, very surprised we didn't see any changes from Daniel Farke until late in the 90th minute almost. We didn't see any changes. So very, 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 very impressed with the players out there, the resilience they showed. I thought Aronson had a diabolical game in front of goal. One opportunity where he could have crossed it or dinked it and his touch was way too heavy and he ran the ball off the pitch. And there was another time where he volleyed it. That was actually a really good, sweet volley that went past the post. I'm not too mad at that. And then there was just a couple of other moments where he was in dangerous areas and he just kept skewing his shots and messing it up. But in the actual play of the game, I thought he was making some really dangerous runs in there. I thought his pressing was really, really good. Some of his passing play was actually really good. I actually thought it was one of Aronson's better performances in there. But if I am looking towards man of the match, I would have to look at no one other than Joe Rothwell. I thought he was sensational in the first half. He was everywhere. Every physical challenge, he was up for it. He was all over there, half of the pitch. He was like dynamite in there. I thought he was really, really, really good in that first half was Joe Rothwell. Can't speak high enough praise about him. And then conversely, I thought also Tanaka had a very, very serviceable game in there next to him in midfield. And of course got the winning goal, which is never something to slouch at or begrudge the importance of. I thought that was a really, really great taking goal for him. And if he didn't get that goal, who knows? We might have potentially got hit on the counter-attack and lost 1-0. So as I said, very, very impressed with those two in the midfield. And Leeds United got the job done. You can't say much more than that. And all I can hope is that our wobble from those past 2 games can be put behind us now, and maybe we can use a little bit of squad rotation to just make sure we're sharp enough to keep this form of momentum going. But we can't afford to draw. We definitely can't afford to lose. We just need to keep piling those wins on. So let me know what you guys thought anyway down in the comment section down below. I'm very, very interested to hear what you guys have to say about Farke not making any changes in the game today and how you thought the players fared against a Millwall side who had already beaten us twice this year. Very, very tough game to go into. So let me know what you guys think anyway down in the comment section down below. For now though, I'll see you over to my brothers and my sisters.